Oh, good. Yep.
Do it. Here we go.
People, who is the donor?
You ready?
Sorry, hold.
Yeah.
Are you good?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Well, like all elders of my generation, I'm just currently sublimating my latent Judeo-Christian tendencies through the magic of crystals. Well, it's like if there's a rose quartz in your bra, then no one has to know you're just talking to Jesus. So, yeah. Yeah, I think it's working. Just this morning, I was feeling really grateful. I was feeling so grateful, I just kind of squatted over my Himalayan salt lamp and I kept going lower and lower and lower until it finally just like sucked up into my body. I did, I brought it with me to the shoot. Oh, the sound guy tucked the cord into my underwear, but.
Quiet, people, quiet on the set.
I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted.
You okay?
Yeah. No. I was supposed to be getting ready today and I kind of went down this K-hole. I was Googling to see if anyone from the Make-A-Wish Foundation had ever requested a cameo in a David Lynch movie. All right, let's get this kid in a bow tie. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm ready.
Can we please get a box for Christina? Okay, Christina, so when you pour the flour, I need you to land on that part.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Sorry, Christina, it's gonna be a 5.
That's okay. What's that? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hold on, let me just put this in my mouth. Whew. All right. Hope everyone's feeling authentic tonight.
Can I see all your mom?
Here? We're here. Oh my God, thank you. Sorry. Oh God. Oh, sorry. I'm eating like I'm freaking pregnant.
You have kids?
No. I mean, yes, I've thought about it. Yes, of course. Yes, but like hoping that all this discussion about subverting the gender binary brings us to a state of consciousness to where we just biological determination is like completely obsolete, you know? And then baby fever will go the way of leprosy, meaning we'll have a vaccine for it. I'm kidding. I just feel like, I don't know, I just always thought the female biological clock was one of those like old-timey, Victorian, socially invented distaff maladies like the vapors or the urge to vote. Oh, I'm kidding. You should vote.
You don't like kids?
I mean, like if I was at a party and I saw a baby and like we had worked together before, like I'm gonna be polite. I'm not gonna do that thing where you just look at your phone on your way to the bathroom so you don't have to say hi to somebody when you pass them in the hallway. But it's not like I actively seek them out, if that makes sense. But I did have this kind of weird, like kind of intense encounter with a baby recently. I was having brunch in the parking lot. You know, they put this row of like trees, like a fiddle leaf fig, but you know, you could still see. And I saw this family, kind of, you know, chambray, Range Rover, kind of creative director vibes. But they had this kid with him. And normally, like, I don't even care about this stuff, but this baby had like the most beautiful icy blue eyes I'd ever seen, and this impossible head of like golden curls. And he turned to look at me right when I turned to look at him, and we just locked eyes. And it was like, oh, yeah, no, I get it. Like, I became one with the sacred yoni in the sky, and it was like Grinch before stole the Christmas, but with fertility, because like my uterus grew like 3 sizes that day. And I turned back, and the spirit of Gaia had come up in the steam of my eggs Benedict and kind of gave me a wink and a gun, like, hello, it's time, like, go to it, like, here we go, like, you want it? But I didn't care. It was just funny. It was weird because then when I was trying to tell my friends about it, who were with me, and then we all looked back, suddenly the baby was just like gumming this fistful of soggy Cheerios, like he was too cool to look at me again.
Are you mad?
I'm not mad. I just think it's really funny that he would go out of his way to get my attention and then like pull back just because I reciprocated.
You sound mad.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I just think that it's the principle of the thing. Like if you're a baby, you don't eyeball fuck me from across a patio and then get all weird because like I put myself out there because like I'm. Sorry, I just need a second. Yeah. Oh.
We're gonna get last looks.
Oh, do we still have those those little like those bun cakey things? Do they still? No, I don't need them. Yeah, can we take this? Thank you. I'm ready.
Last looks. Cameras up.
Sorry, I'm a bit. You ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, ah! Because you feel a bug crawling on you, but then you look and there's no bug there? I feel like that's the universe just going, I like to keep them on their toes. You ever realize your love for ugly things is so earnest it just gets mistaken for cruelty? Do you ever just take a drink of water and then for no reason at all it's like it was like it went through the wrong tube.
Hot set, people. Hot set. We're gonna take last looks and then we're gonna go for a take. Camera ready?
Where did my coffee go?
Sound. Sound.
Oh, sorry, we're about to, I need, yep, ready.
Slate. How you feeling, Christina?
Huh? No, I'm good. I'm honestly, I'm a little existentially tender. Do you ever have those days where like you wake up and you don't feel like a person so much as what's the word? Like a garbage, farty, shit ass, like shitty fart garbage, poop shooty, yet sewer rat fart McAnus garbage. Yeah, you know, and like you gotta go to work because you signed up for Postmates that day, but you know, you just don't feel like a human so much as a little speck of refuse just kind of flicked off the improbably long mahogany table of the 1%. You know, it's just like sometimes the mania of personhood just feels like this suffocating miasma of like crushed hopes and dreams and like missed opportunities and unanswered emails, and they just kind of form the vague outline of a person in the negative. So you wake up and you just put yourself in it like, oh, because I guess I fit in here. I mean, like visually, it's kind of like it's like in cartoons when the character smashes through a wall and then it leaves this like perfect silhouette of their body, but we live in the real world, so the wall is structural oppression. And then you go and you try to get the food there before it gets cold, and you do that emotional labor like, oh, maybe if I smile big enough, then I'll get a tip. And like, I'm already really wet under here. Can we take?
What's that?
No, it's fine. I mean, it's all emotional labor. I get it. This is basically just the hand of the free market in my armpits. But I don't know. Chug along enough, just in the vain hopes that the powers that be are gonna shower you with enough pennies so you can make it to the weekend and engage in that middle-class cosplay known as brunch. I mean, yeah, I do it every weekend, but
You ever work for Postmates?
no, I've never worked for Postmates. Are you kidding me? No, the last day job I had was working for a startup.
What'd you do?
Well, when I got hired, they made me sign a piece of paper saying that I wouldn't talk about what I do for a living, which is fine because I honestly have no idea. As far as I can tell, my job was every day to go into an office and then I would just like touch base all day. That's what they don't tell you in college. You can work in any creative industry if you know how to touch base. If you can check in and circle back as well, then like you got upper management written all over you. But of course, this is like the startup world, so you know they have these like tarted up meretricious titles like VP of People or Lead Vibes Ninja, and you know we wear a lot of hats, which is like corporate code for like exploitation, and you know we're a family, which is corporate code for poor boundaries, which I guess families have anyway. But no, it was good. It's exciting. I mean, like, it's startup culture. Like, there's like money and brainstorming, and like, there's no bad ideas. So there's like tons of bad ideas, and all you really have to do to get ahead is frame any of your pitches as like Uber for blank. Uber for lobsters.
Like lobster ride?
Lobsters don't have smartphones. The app would be like for you to find lobsters that are available in your area.
Good place to work at least?
I didn't hang out much, no. I mean, my best friend at work was, frankly, a hyper-intelligent Japanese toilet. I'm serious. No, I told him everything, you know? And honestly, like, between you and me, he knew all of my deepest hopes and fears, and he let me sit on his face every day. So, like, how's an actual man of flesh and blood supposed to live up to that? I mean, they don't. And I've worked in the culture industry long enough to know that men want one thing, and it's to put a pin in this for later. I don't know, maybe this is more of like a heteronormative feminine pathology, but do you ever just have those days where like you pin all of your self-worth on like a single arbitrary item of clothing? So you're like, hypothetically, oh, you know, if this like fake Chanel mini dress that I got at Forever 21, even though I say I'm ethically opposed to fast fashion, doesn't fit right today, like all of my choices in life leading up to this point are shit. You look in the mirror and you're just like, why am I holding a microphone? I was supposed to go into marketing. And I did, that's the thing, I did go into marketing. Like I can sell anything. I'm serious, I can write copy for anything. It's like, oh, you want to start one of those like disingenuously moralistic direct-to-consumer brands where you sell like one thing and you act like it's going to save the fucking universe? What do you want to sell? Wi-Fi enabled tampons? Do you have like organic bras made from like bamboo cotton and they need a lengthy backstory? Or do you want to sell like, was it like linen bedding in obscure colorways that are named after jailed poets? Or maybe you're like the head of a prestigious arts organization and you want to start like a really bullshit self-congratulatory diversity initiative that actually makes people of color jump through 10 times more hoops than they normally have to do to get a seat at the table, and then that seat is now compromised by what is essentially institutionalized condescension. We could call it like Uber for diversity.
All right, people, we're gonna get some room tone.
We could. Is that now not a good eye line? Should it be over here?
Just don't look down the bottle.
What?
All right, let me see the symbol.
Is that a good eye line?
What's that?
That's the eye line? Okay. Oh. Okay. I don't know, whatever. Look, there's no such thing as jobs. There's just outlets for charisma. I swear to God, contemporary economics is like, it's like close-up magic, you know? It's like if someone pulls a coin out of your ear and they show it to you, and you're like, oh, wow, that's so cool. And then they walk away with it. And it's not until like later at night, you're in bed and you wake up and you're like, wait a second. That money came from my body. Like my body is literally made of money and everyone has access to it except me. So I don't know, maybe that separation is good. Maybe crossing the mind-body split is just a bridge too far, and you can't blame your parents for any of it, right? Because corporal punishment is just an integral part of the immigrant experience. But you know, sometimes it's like representation doesn't always have to have optical purchase, you know. But it's like certain sentinels of identity politics are like, well, who are you to be this kind of cultural commentator because your skin is so light and like you don't even speak Spanish? And it's like, yeah, you know, sometimes you don't even get spanked with like a huarache from your homeland. You have to get hit with an LL Bean driving moccasin because your family's trying to internalize the values of the dominant class. And some people wear dunce caps when they go and sit in the corner, and I had to wear a Patagonia vest. Do you know what LL Bean stands for? I looked it up. It stands for like literally bean. I'm kidding, it stands for live, laugh, bean. I'm kidding, it stands for Lacey and Lexi Bean. I'm kidding, it stands for love it or leave it bean. Oh, it's fine, these are hard, it's hard not to feel like I'm not enough, because like, who am I to be doing any of this? Like my family eats cereal out of bags. Not the bag in the box. For you oligarchs on set. You know, it's like the bag. And it's like the 20-pound sack of the fake stuff, and they always put it on the bottom shelf to like accommodate your parents' migrant labor posture. And I will just say this, as a first-generation Mexican immigrant, there's nothing more humiliating than having your blonde-haired, blue-eyed best friend come over, say something totally innocent, like, oh, do you have any Cam Crunch? And you have to be like, no, pero we have Sergeant Masticate. Or whatever. Oh, yeah, her name was Annie. It's complicated. I don't know, because like, I mean, she had blonde hair, blue eyes, which like I know doesn't matter, but like it does. And also when your little like snacks are kind of literally the only thing that matters. But also, you know, if I could go back in time and just say anything to my little 5-year-old self, I'd say, Christina, as code switching. Do you remember that time you asked Annie's mom if you could have a package of those Pocahontas themed fruit snacks from on top of the fridge and she got all weird about it? That is class warfare, you know? And it was like, the way she denied me the Pocahontas themed fruit snacks was so condescending. It was pretty much colonial. She kind of gave me this like, oh, Christina, well, I know your family isn't fortunate enough to participate in more robust circles of economic activity, and so your processed foodstuffs aren't backed by corporate sponsorship, but like, these fruit snacks are kind of set aside for Annie's school lunches. And like, and I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like, I was homeschooled. I was just running around covered in peanut butter, like loving Jesus. Fine, even deep down inside, I was kind of like, oh, I get it. Like, you're eating history, right? And of course, I can't have any because like, oh, I eat cereal out of bags. You know what the worst part is? Like, I always let Annie win when we played the Beauty and the Beast board game, and like, I never once even asked to be Belle. You know, she always made me be Lumiere, who's a man, first of all, and at insult to injury, he's French. I just go, get 20% off your next order at adamandeve.gov with code democracy comes in the dark. Well, I don't know how much you know about France's brief imperial reign of Mexico, but they left very little behind. You know, just my great-grandfather. But that's why whenever you look into a box of pan dulce, it's like, why is there just one cookie that has sprinkles on it? That's Gallic imperialism. And like, part of me is like, I get it, you know? Like, I respect Andrew Carnegie and the Gospel of Wealth, but it's like, we're still coming in, so maybe just don't shut the door so hard behind you. And I know none of us is truly free, but like, how do you know that you're really using every sliver of agency that these impersonal forces have granted you? Or how do you know that you're just blindly immersed in historical process? Do you know that guac is extra? I know what it's like to know it here, but like, you don't know what it's like to know it in here. And frankly, Reaganomics failed. So why has it even taken us this long to get a Mexican Disney princess and just like, give me the fucking fruit snacks, Janet? God. And I know you have no idea what I'm talking about. Please, I can tell by the way your pants fit, you don't listen to women. Anyway, sorry. Okay, I'm ready.
You good?
I'm good. I just hope you all woke up today with like a nice old-timey kind of early 19th century notion of self. You still harbor that delusion of some kind of ordered interiority, because postmodernity has a way of making you feel like a caveman sometimes. You know what I mean? You're out there on Tinder like, oh, me have trouble differentiating between self and image of self. I know monogamy is possession, but polyamory is just late capitalist platform labor, right? It's true. It's the paradox of choice. It's that same feeling that keeps you frozen in the toothpaste aisle because you can't decide if you want extra whitening or ultra whitening. That keeps you like flipping and searching and doubting, and whatever's good in front of you is never going to live up to some hypothetical good that's existing elsewhere because you can't decide if you want to be extra codependent or ultra codependent. Oh my God, you know that thing? So stupid. You know that thing of like when you're still reeling from the broken promises of the industrial age, but then you gotta balance that with like the demands of the information age. So, you know, it's like, what am I supposed to do with all this free time that these wonderful advances in technology have afforded me? It's branding, stupid. You're supposed to be branding yourself, but like, how do you be #authentic when that's not even a real thing? It's just like a sign of a marketing term, of an abstract idea that doesn't exist. And you know, sometimes you have to take meetings with 22-year-olds who make more money than your dad will ever see. But they grew up in this cultural climate, so then the creative director or like, you know, head vibes architect or whatever, just with a straight face, actually refers to Keith Haring as the guy who did the logo for AIDS. So then, you start to have these really cynical thoughts, like, oh, okay, well then maybe the incidental is the last real indicator of the authentic, and then on your way out of the meeting, he catches you picking your nose in your car, and you're just like, that was it. That was the last authentic experience I'll ever have. So when your friends and family are all, oh, don't worry about it, just be yourself, you say, A, I don't have a choice. And B, that's terrible advice. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see you be yourself. Oh, my, least of all in the context of performance. No one wants to see you standing in front of an open fridge, just paralyzed. Because you're too preoccupied with your potential legacy to just deal with the task in front of you. Like milk, eggs, butter. Just get the fucking shit out of the fridge. But you can't, because you're paralyzed by all these hypothetical critics in your head, and they tell you that you're never gonna do it right, so you just rather do nothing at all. But you don't want to do that, you know? You want to get over the voices in your head that just tell you to do nothing, because when you try to do anything, you're gonna fail and you're gonna look stupid. And you know what? They're right. They're right. You do look stupid. But that's how we know you're here. Okay, I'm ready.